Go live.
You're live.
Hey, how you guys doing? Hope this is working okay. Need to turn the gain a little bit down. Looks like it's a little high. There we go. Just turn that down a hair. I hope everyone's seeing everything here. Had some trouble with the Wi-Fi. We've been having trouble all week, so it's not something new. Got a little buddy here. He's saying hi to you too.
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing fine.
Oh, I hope you're having fun at this live.
I'm having great fun. So hope I didn't shut everybody off when we went live here, but welcome everyone. Welcome to the chat. Now this is Monday night with Ramblin', and we're going to do some live time here, and it's going to be fun. How you doing, Scorchy? Good to have you. I need to... There, I think I'm set up now to do the live here. Nice tic-tac, yeah. So tonight I'm going to talk about a little bit about my our trip to Orlando. I thought that might be a fun thing to talk about and work on that and tell you some of the things that happened, and have a great story about someone missing a cruise. So it might be an interesting sliding off. Might be a fun little night tonight to have a discussion here. So let's talk about the trip here. I went to Orlando for a conference. It was the MPE 24 Plastic Conference. It was a very large conference. They were supposed to have like 55,000 participants, and certainly there were a ton of people there. I was going to show you a small video about the conference itself. If you've ever been to the Orlando Conference Center, it's quite large, and certainly that in itself is a trip. But I went in a couple of days before. I got a chance to go to SeaWorld, got a chance to go to Universal Studios, so we're going to talk about that. And I gained a new buddy. He followed me home, and so I thought it might be fun to talk about that a little bit. So what I'm going to do here, if I can, I'm going to if any, come and say hi to me, everyone, and hopefully if you're here, I'd like to say hi back, and double check and see if my live is actually working. So I was going to show a small video here of the conference itself, and I just got a treat here. Just got passed to me, and I got some Bernie bots, and I thought maybe I'll get a chance to try these Bernie bots and see how they are. And the conference itself was quite large, and I thought maybe I'll show a quick video of the conference itself. And let me get to the video share here. And that's the conference center there in Orlando. Tim, how you doing? Welcome. And let me show something else here. This is a I just got out of it. And sorry for the here's looking down into the showroom. Now, we weren't allowed to take videos in the showroom, so you've seen the large machines working, like this one down here at the bottom. It's I don't know if you can see that yet, but this machine here working. What it did is made something that kind of looked like this. It had it actually ejected it, put the lid on it, ejected the lid, assembled this, and popped it out of the machine as a finished product. It was pretty dang cool. So I thought that might be something kind of fun to show you. And not just a place I'm just putting some of my SD cards. So that was kind of a fun little conference. Ooh, he's falling over here today. Here, slide, slide, slide. Okay. So I thought that might be fun. Now, I'm just going to talk about the flights a little bit and how they worked out. When we went off to Orlando itself, we flew on Southwest. And Southwest is usually pretty good, right? So when we took off and out of Salt Lake, I had bought that early boarding pass. It was $25. So I bought that. It was $25 there, $25 coming back. When I paid for that, I thought, hey, I'm going to get on early, right? So we had a stopover in Denver, so we flew to Denver and we're switching planes to Southwest. Now you might want to tell me here. Let me take off this conference. Excuse me. So when we landed in Denver, that was fine. The flight was good. And we got a little bit of dinner, and then we waited around for a minute. And then when we boarded the next plane, we again, my boarding number wasn't in the A group that I paid for. It was in the B group. I mean, early B group. It was like B10 or B9 or B10. And you know what? How it worked was they boarded all the A's, and then they boarded all the families. And there's like 10 or 15 of us that had paid for the early boarding. And people are getting really stirred up about that because they let all the families on before they allowed all the paid people to go on who paid to go on early. And since we're going to Orlando, it was lines and lines of families filling up the plane. So by the time we got on there, we're at the, I did get a nice seat, so I can't complain, but it was at the back of the plane, and all the front of the plane was completely filled with families, even though, I paid the extra to board early. Now, I asked him, says, why aren't you boarding us early? Well, because you have a B number, and that's what I got. So yeah, I think that was kind of weird that they didn't allow the people that paid to board early, that they stuck us back in the B group that I could have gotten by just clicking in 24 hours beforehand, and not paid anything. So I thought that was kind of odd situation there. Now, I think, Tim, if I understand right, you're going on a cruise pretty soon. You're going on the Harmony of the Seas in a few weeks. It's an exciting boat to be on if you have been on the Harmony of the Seas. It's a Oasis class ship. It has a lot of activities to do on it. I have that my 10 favorite things or 10 complimentary things you can do on the ship. You can review that because it'll show you some of the things you can do for free. But one of my favorite things to do is eat breakfast. 13 days for Tim, and he's on the Oasis. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I think that's a great ship. You'll enjoy the ship, or any of the Oasis class ships you'll enjoy. The problem with the Harmony of the Sea, I think, is that the other Oasis ships have a pool in the Serenity area. They just have hot tubs there. We didn't use it, so it didn't really matter. But usually there's an adult pool that's set aside in the back of the boat for adults. And this particular boat, it doesn't have that. But it has plenty of pools and plenty of places to swim and get your toes wet on there. So as we talk about travel, if anybody else has any travel plans coming up, if not, I'll talk about mine. I'm heading to Denver tomorrow. I'm going to fly out to Denver, do some traveling. I'm going to probably drive back from Denver back to here in Utah at the end of the week, and just going to explore a few things and video some of the things they have in Denver area. And those videos will be coming back up. As you know, this is a travel station, not just a cruising. So anything dealing with travel and vacation, yeah, that's what I cover here on this site or this channel. And certainly that is one thing I will do. Now, I already have other videos from Denver, Colorado Springs, heading down southern Colorado. That's where I grew up, and certainly I love Colorado. I love Utah here too, and there's several videos you can watch on that. So, daily dose of the Bible. Kenneth, Kenny, how you doing? I saw your cup you sent off to Vanilla Gorilla. That was a nice little thing you sent him. He did his opening of that. So welcome aboard. And okay, just reading here that he's sharing live on the Facebook and both YT channels. So welcome here, and appreciate you. He has had some the Vanilla Gorilla certainly had a lot of good words and comments about you. I've met you online before, and certainly you have a great little site there. Now, as we talk about plans here, I'm going to go Denver tomorrow, and then I may or may not head up to the Boise area to a convention. In this case, it's to help Death Taffy out and go up there, and I might be doing some filming at a convention. I may not be. I might be babysitting a dog during that time period on the 4th. If not, I'm belong to the Kiwanis Club, and we'll be cooking a breakfast on July 4th and serving it to the community. So all depends on how July 4th is coming up, and certainly we should have fun doing that. And then after that, in August, we're going on the Carnival Firenze. Now, that ship was just released last week, or the first sailings like last week or the week before, and there's already videos out there. La Lila Loco put a video of a walking tour through the boat itself. Now, I didn't choose to go on the first sailing. I chose to be about a month out just so they get some of the bugs out of it, so I have a really good experience, because I don't just cruise to video it. I go on cruises to enjoy it, right? It's a vacation, and I think that's going to be fun. I've picked a terrazza cabin, and that terrazza cabin is a specialty cabin that has a small deck area on its own, and I wanted to video that. Now, we did an inside cabin. Now, I didn't have to. I could have picked a cabin that was a balcony, but I haven't done a inside cabin since 1990, and I thought, why don't I take time and try an inside cabin and see how it is. Now, they're going to be kind of small. I'm not going to be used to that, but I wanted to video an inside cabin and that experience on the Firenze, how that is. Now, welcome to Cruise Nuts. Welcome aboard today and joining my live. And another great channel to go visit. I watch all of his videos when they come out. And so, yeah, it's another fun. So, Cruise Nuts, do you have any plans on vacations coming up? And take a moment and put that in here and tell us your experience. Tim says, it does. I am taking everyone to Izumi's. Oh, that would be really fun for Austin's birthday. Izumi's, again, is a chop sushi place. They're going to do... now, I've not been on the Izumi's on the Harmony or any of the Royal Caribbean boats or any sailing boats, because we can do it here at the house, but it would be a fun experience, and certainly it looks like a really good meal. I read through it and the meals. Now, I have gone to Izumi's and made sushi there. I took a sushi class and we made sushi and ate it there, and that was a fun experience. I have a video on that. It's been quite a few years now. That was on the Harmony of the Seas. That was on the Oasis of the Seas, but it was a fun class on here. So something that is, now, they do have a sushi making class on the Firenze, and I haven't decided if I want to take that or not. I think it's about a $50 excursion to do, and it might be fun just to try that experience and make some sushi. But it's an Italian ship, so I kind of want to make this cruise more on the Italian flavor and see how that feels. Now, we may go to their steak restaurant. I haven't decided yet on there. Oh, so Tim said that he took the sushi class on the Radiance of the Sea last spring. I hope that was fun. We made, I think what we made was 3 rolls, maybe 4 rolls, and a few nigiri type of sushi, and it was really nicely made because I made it, right? That's how I rolled it up, chopped it up, ate it. Had enough to share with my wife too. Went back to the cabin, sat on the deck, and ate it. So that was a fun experience. Now, in March, we're going on another cruise. We're going on the Panorama. Not been on that cruise ship. It's, again, both of these coming out of Long Beach, and that might be a fun cruise to jump in and a couple of cities I haven't been to. Mazatlan, I think, would be fun to go with. Puerto Vallarta is another one that we'll be stopping at. We're on the Firenze. I think we're stopping in Ensenada. I've been there many times, and then Cabo. And we had to decide, what I want to do at Cabo is do it really on the cheap. Now, I know they got the $15 boats. You can go out and see Points End and all that. What I'm going to do is walk around to a far beach and do some snorkeling off that far beach, what no one has done before in videos. So I thought that would be fun to try and see if there's any actually free snorkeling at a very close beach to the port. And as long as it's good weather, I'll just bring my own equipment and do some snorkeling and do some shopping there. So, and then we hit that again in March in Cabo, and we'll do the small boat thing and head out to Lovers Beach, and they got a Pelican Rock, I think it's called. Go snorkeling at Pelican Rock and see how that is. So let me tell you a story, and this is kind of like maybe the highlight of this online activity today, is that when we were flying back home from Orlando, and that was last Friday, there was a couple that was going on a cruise in Seattle that day. And you go, oh, red flags, watch out. It's going to have some problems here. And of course it did, because as soon as we pulled out of Orlando in the morning, it was an early morning flight, we pulled out and we just stopped on the tarmac and sat there for an hour and a half because they wouldn't release any flights going west. That's because there was a storm going from Atlanta all the way down to Savannah that planes couldn't fly over, and so they were routing everybody around at the Gulf and up to Denver or anything in the West Coast, but there's so many planes that had to go that direction, they just parked people on the tarmac and we just sat there an hour and a half. Yo, Eddie, welcome aboard. Jawbreaker or nuts? It's cruise nuts, I'm pretty sure. So back to that story. So these guys, this couple was sitting right next to us on the other side, and they told us we need to get going. We need to catch a flight from Denver to Seattle to catch our 5 o'clock boarding of an MSC boat. Now I don't remember what boat it was. It was an MSC heading up to Alaska, and we're just going, oh, haven't they learned anything? They did not watch any videos before going there. That number one thing is flying the day before. So we finally took off, and the flight was normal time, but we landed an hour and a half late. Well, they were in panic because there were no more flights. There was one other flight going to leave in like 5 minutes heading off to Seattle, but there's no more flights leaving till 11 o'clock that night to get to Seattle. They're going to miss their boarding. And so they have to figure out, can we fly up to Victoria, or can we fly up to the next port? What can we do to catch up with our boat? They said they had insurance, and they said they talked to their travel agent and tried to work things out. They called the cruise ship. Of course, you know what the cruise ship is going to say. It's your responsibility to get to the ship. But we felt bad for them. They were behind us because we were trying to change flights. Now, we weren't supposed to change flights. It's supposed to be a direct flight with one stop. So we were supposed to stop in Denver, not get off the plane and fly off to Denver, but they took us off the flight and say, okay, now you need to go find our flight to get to Denver. It's up to you to go find it. And, the wrench next to me right here, yeah, that's a buddy I got in Orlando. He's wants to wave at you. He getting kind of excited there. Yeah, that's the nuts. Yep, I just had to get him as a popcorn bucket. So back to that story here about us. So we finally booked a flight. It was another hour and a half or 2 hours later, and we jumped on their plane and flew back to Salt Lake. They did feed us dinner. They just gave some dinner certificates, and we ate and we flew out. But we got home really, really late. We wanted to go see that was the night, I think, of the Northern Lights, and the Northern Lights were here, but we fell right to sleep and we forgot to wake up to see the Northern Lights that night. And then the next night we went out to go see them, see if they were still there, but they didn't show up. So we missed that because we got in so late, and we didn't look in the sky when we got home. So I guess we should have done that. So that's the main story. Is those people most likely missed their cruise because they didn't think ahead and not do a day early flight. And that's what most people need to do, is make sure that you fly in a day early. And there's an example where these people were panicking the whole day. Now, if they flew in the day before and that happened, they would have made it to Seattle in time, got on their cruise, and be able to do their 7-day cruise. Now, they said they had insurance, so hopefully they didn't lose all their money. But again, that's a fairly large expense, isn't it? So, and hopefully I learn a lesson from them and make sure I fly in or drive in the day before my cruise and be prepared for that cruise coming up on there. So, anything else? Oh, my daughter gave me some Bernie bots. I have to try something weird here. Bernie bots, again, we went to Orlando. We went to, of course, Universal Studios. And we had to get some Bernie bots here. If you know Bernie bots, can I even read that? They have some really odd flavors here. Earwax. Tutti Frutti, I can get that one. Burger. Like burger. Yeah. So I thought I'd try one of these and see what it is. And I think Dunderdor, he first one he ever tried was earwax, and this is a red one. That's one I pulled out. This flavor is cinnamon. That's kind of boring. Or it's something else. Yeah, that was just cinnamon. I know he tries wondering if I'm getting earwax, but here's a brown one. That has to be nasty, whatever it is. I can't read these things, but it sounds bad. Here we go. Dirt. Mud. Yeah. I think it says swamp. Swamp. Not too bad. Just stuck back in my mouth. So yeah, Harry Potter Land was pretty fun. You know, we of course we did the wand thing. Now I bought this wand before I went. There's $75, excuse me, for a wand. And this wand, I think it was around $30. I finally got after shipping from a DI or a Goodwill out of Denver. And we took it there and we tried it out and we got the little things to work. That was really fun. And my daughter, she actually made some wands, and she's going to have a video coming out. They were kind of a small wand, and she made a wand to work at the at Harry Potter Land and at Hogwarts, or at the windows there. And she actually got it to work, the one she made, and she'll have a fun video out on there. So I think she really bought this for her to use and see how it tests, and then gave it to me to be a wizard and be the wonderful Wizard of Oz on there. So I'm going to try one more Bernie bot here. I want to get a really bad one. I don't know what this one is. I can't tell. Earwax. This is earwax. Now it's a weird taste. Yeah, tastes the same. No. So that's kind of fun. Now I do have a premiere coming up in a minute. I'll invite everybody to join me in. It's a premiere about going to SeaWorld and the hotel we stayed at SeaWorld. It's a SeaWorld, it's the Hilton Garden Inn at SeaWorld. And it should be a fun little video to see. So I want to thank everyone for coming out here today. And Terry, welcome aboard. And hope I see you at the premiere in about 1 minute. Have a good one. I'm going to sign off, and I appreciate everyone. Thank you.